Hello everyone and welcome back to Casting My Kind. I think episode 31? 31? 32? Not 100% sure, and yes, was a mistake on my side. However, right now we will see how the game will go. Now, so let's go over the teams. On the blue side, we have Zed in the top lane. Kane's going to be the jungler, Echo the mid laner, Seraphine the bot carry, the APC in this case, and Tahm Kench the support. On the red team, we have Pantheon in the top lane. Viego's going to be the jungler, Diana the mid laner, Misfortune the bot carry, and Alistar the support. So we're going to go with something different this game. Actually, we are Misfortune in this game, so it's going to be very interesting how this one develops, because we got an APC. They don't really want to win the lane. They want to take me out of the play, to be honest about that kind of the style, because Seraphine can support the team kind of well still with not having a lot in there, but just wants to disrupt me from having a chance to carry in this game. We'll see how that one plays out, because the Tahm Kench is one of these parts as well. You can just take the Q there from me, from Misfortune, and that's going to be a pretty hard situation here. And it's putting pressure a lot onto the Echo. Echo drops about half HP, does get the level up time right now, but Diana still keeps going in there. Has an opportunity to do something about it, but can't finish this one off. Qs are rolling in quite nicely on top of this Tahm Kench, but right now there's kind of going around there. But there is the Alistar trying to find the picker up there, but not much about that one. Tahm Kench takes another Q. This is not a good situation for him at all. He's lost a lot of HP, even though he's a tank. Not a good situation to be in if you're a Tahm Kench, especially this early in another one. Not having a time root on top of the Misfortune, and takes a Q as well. Ooh, unfortunately, that headbutt knocked Seraphine away, which is a bit of a rough situation. Seraphine is just spamming her Q, which is, as I said, the goal of this whole lane in general, not to win the lane, but rather to stop the opponent from really going out here. Oh, Zed and Pantheon are fighting. Zed gets a good W out there. Ignite comes out. There's one spear thrown in there. Not enough damage, though. Headbutt pulverized from the Alistar there. Tahm Kench is dropping pretty low there. Still trying to hold on there. Barely holding on there. First blood for the Misfortune with that last hit there. Meanwhile, Pantheon does kill Zed, takes a tower shot, and lives as well. So 2-0 the red team, and about 1,000 gold lead at 2:55 on the clock. So not a bad situation to be around right now. Oh, Diana's looking for an opportunity to get something about this one, and pressure's going to be opened up quite a bit more. Misfortune takes another Q there. Oh, Kane goes in onto the Pantheon. Pantheon gets a stun and manages to dodge that hit there. And he's trying to do what he can, but Kane does finish him off. So the first kill on the board for the blue team now as well. So 2-1 for the red team. The gold lead did melt a bit there, which is not a surprise, to be honest. And really, you can see right now the Seraphine is going for this more disruptive route completely. They're just trying to throw out there, not getting the CS. You can see 6 CS already down, and that's a big indicator that's going to be going around the Golden's Warhammer, because I'm playing a bit of a different situation as a Misfortune. I feel like you could go into another build. I wanted to see if that old build works quite well, because I feel like the Aximar could be a great pickup for Misfortune just in general, because of how you want to play that out. Because if you get, for example, if you have a Diana, you have a Pantheon, if they can get somebody CC, they should be dead with the ult, and then you should get a chance to get another ult there as well. So kind of that's kind of the thought process there completely here. Good headbutt there, good pulverize there from the Alistar. However, Kane's going to come in there, try to get something on top of that one. Goes in, they get a knock up onto the Alistar. Alistar's burning now down to the Ignite, but he barely survives this fight right now. And that's a flash away, Ignite on both sides, and that's going to be the Diana gone, and Echo is happy about that one. Right now we're 2-2, about a 400 gold lead for this red team still going on right now, but it is not the greatest position to be in if you're red right now. Oh, Seraphine gets a good hit there. And Kench answers quite nicely there as well, so that's going to be another opportunity to be playing around here. Miss Fortune trying to pick up as much as he really can right now. And this is really the opportunity for the blue team, especially the bot lane, to push in right now. Miss Fortune is still sitting there trying to pick up as much farm as you can. They can't really risk a dive here because if they do that incorrectly, then Miss Fortune could get even further ahead than she already is in this lane. If you look at that right now, you got a bit of a lead there for the Miss Fortune. It gets a good pull in onto the Pantheon. W comes out of there, but not enough damage because that kid went into the shield, and now there's an opportunity to Bika out there. And Kane's looking for a gank here. Pantheon has to be very careful about the situation. Pantheon jumps on top of the Kane, but he's in a 1v2 situation and gets taken down now by the set. This is going to be a big part of this right now, a bit of an issue, and I'm surprised that Viego did go up there, so I would have thought probably rather go for the Drake there because that was open. Or decide against that completely, I don't know why. It is what it is, honestly. And now Echo found the Viego. Viego has to find a way out of this one, but there's two already there. Dropped pretty low already. Diana's trying to come in from the side, but no opportunity to save him whatsoever there. Alistair and Seraphine are roaming around. Seraphine is the APC. Don't forget that one. Gets a good headbutt there. But not really enough to really do much about that one. This is kind of the situation as you can see right now. Seraphine is falling a bit behind further and further. If there's an opportunity to get something out of this, so Tahm Kench just going in there, and Kane coming in as well. Good headbutt there from the Alistair, but not much to be done about that one. Diana gets a pull in onto the Echo, but there is a shield going up there. So that is unfortunately another death. Not a death there, but right now we're 5-2 for the blue team. Tahm Kench not really holding up a lot here as the tank, to be honest, in this situation, but still right now the red team are not looking good with their plays. A lot of problems going to come about this one right now. And the blue team are doing that Drake. There's not much they can really do to disrupt this one. Echo is sitting around right now, moving towards that one. Alistair brings himself into position, but as I said, not really much disruption to be happening here. The blue team pick up the Drake. Echo tries to find a way out of this one, but Diana drops on top of that one. That's a dead Echo. So at least something. They do get, blue team do get the Drake, but the red team pick up the Echo. So as I said, something. Pantheon gets on top of the set. It tries to do some damage, but not enough to really put on the pressure here. Right now, that's kind of the bigger issue I would say right now the red team has, that they do have answers sometimes, but right now it feels like the objective control is fairly deep into the hands of the blue team. Part of it is exactly the help that the Seraphine kind of gives for the team, disrupts the Miss Fortune, even though Miss Fortune is pretty high up in CS compared to the Seraphine, and that's going to probably keep on going. The Seraphine has to play, as I said, Seraphine's lane is not the plan to beat the Miss Fortune, but rather to disrupt the Miss Fortune so that she doesn't have a chance to really move ahead. And right now the red team pick up the Void Grubs, so that's an objective trade once now. We're at almost 9 minutes into the game. It's about a 200 gold lead for the Cobalt team. However, the Crimson team are, as I said, looking good in specific positions, but right now the top lane is a bit of a disruptive one. The mid lane definitely, Echo now kills Diana once again. Bit of a rough situation there. Alex, they're coming in with a roam. I'm not too sure why you would roam at this point right now because there's nobody here. Also takes quite a bit of damage already here. And that should just be them taking whatever they can right now because, well, a lot of damage being put onto the Tahm Kench. I almost lost a quarter of the HP already. Viego, I have no clue what he's really playing at because he's not really going for any plays somewhere. Pull in there once again from the set here. Kane comes in there as well. Pantheon trying to do as much as he can. Kane ult comes, set ult comes in as well. Kane looking for the ult as well. Gets on top of the Pantheon. Pantheon barely survives that one. Tahm Kench is getting caught out there completely and goes down. Viego picks that one up. It's a 1-for-1 trade. In the bot lane, there's the death for the Alistair. No, the death for the Tahm Kench once again. While in the top lane, the Pantheon had to pay the price for that fight as well. It's kind of like an interesting situation we're having right now. We do see one side doing what they can, really. Diana tries to fight off the Echo once again, but Echo is pretty much in a stronger position right now, I would feel like, and Alistar takes quite a bit of punishment already here. Miss Fortune's still trying to extend the lead further and further right now, but it's just a big part of it this right now. However, it is not looking too good for this right now. And now that is going to be the issue right now. The jump comes in there from the Echo there. However, the King comes in as well. Diana has no opportunity to get out of that one and is gone. Third death for the Diana already, and that means nothing good. Let's look at the items for now. Right now, we do have the Pantheon with the Eclipse already done. Nothing on the side for the set. I think that's going to be a Stridebreaker though. Hubris on the Kayn. 3-0-3 makes sense. Ego in for a Collector. I'm not too sure about the Collector though. Oh, jump from the Pantheon on top of the Echo. Echo's taking quite a bit of damage, but the Root does help out quite a bit here. And still not enough to put this one down. Tahm Kench and Alistar are meeting up here right now. Alistar has to be very careful about this one because he's a bit in no man's land right now, and that's not where you really want to see him be right now. There comes the ult from the Miss Fortune there. I don't think enough damage here. It gets a knock away on top of that one. But still in bad situation there, and Alistar dies there, unfortunately, and not much can be really done about that one. But we soon now the Echo and the Diana both with the Dusk and Dawn. Or the Echo does have the Spellslinger boots as well. And Viego not really finding the room into getting a gank here really right now out of here. Echo gets on top of Diana once again. Diana loses a lot, almost half her HP. Does eat an Ignite as well. Viego looking for a roam in there, but there's just not enough play to really go on about that one. Seraphine with the Blackfire Torch. Well, the Miss Fortune has picked the Axe and Mark up. Oh, pull in there from the Diana, but still not enough there. Chrono Break comes through, and Diana gets to live barely, though. Tahm Kench looking for an opportunity there to flank around there, but not given by Alistar. Once again, caught out in Nomad's Land, goes down again. This is just a rough situation there. We're 10-4 at 13 minutes in favor of the blue team. And they have about a 2,000 something lead. 800 I would think almost. That looking for the chance to get in there. Starbreaker doesn't help as well there. Drake's going to be clearly going over to the blue team. No opportunity to challenge that even from the red team whatsoever. And Set is trying to threaten the Pantheon. Diana's too far forward, pushed. Echo's looking for the wraparound, gets on top there. Once again, the stun doesn't come through, so that's something. But Diana is now trying to find a way out of this one. They're trying to get on top, jump there. Diana has no opportunity to get out of there. Set does die to the Viego. And Diana, who's 1-4, is trying to flame her team for those plays. Kench trying to get on top of the Alistar. Alistar is not very tanky right now, which is kind of a bit of an unfortunate situation, to be honest. He still needs to work on that one. Miss Fortune needs some damage too as well. That's going to be honest about that one. Okay, Pantheon trying to get away out there. Kayn goes for the ult. Can Pantheon find a way out of this one? Nope, no chance whatsoever. Alistar once again trying to find a situation to play this one out. Oh, Tahm Kench gets hit there quite well. Encore comes out from the Seraphine. Tahm Kench has to eat her right now to give her an opportunity there. Alistar is being trapped kind of in a bad situation. Stun going to come out there. Seraphine is in a bad slot. Takes a lot of damage there. Tahm Kench misses the Alistar. Alistar is dropping pretty low here. Miss Fortune trying to help as much as she can, and now she is in the danger zone. Does have the barrier. Could use it still to get a chance there. Viego comes around the corner. Not really much that the Miss Fortune can do in this situation. Not really risk too much here as well. That's kind of like the big part about that one. Tahm Kench is getting trapped out once again. Diana takes the tower shot. King comes in from the side. A lot of play here, not to do much about that one. And now Set is trying to threaten Pantheon after taking the tower, goes completely on top of that one. No opportunity whatsoever there. Pantheon takes quite a bit of damage. That gets on top of the Set. Gets the stun, throws out the ignite. Set misflashes there. This is an opportunity now for the Pantheon to do something. Flashes, gets the spear through and gets a pick up here. Now the red team, Alistar is walking pretty far forward, I feel like, for the taste of the situation. That would not be a good situation to handle this one. Goes for the jump there. Diana walks in, dies completely there. I don't know why she went in on that one again. Alistar gets trapped out there, is dropping pretty low, goes down. 15-6 for this blue team, and a 4,000 gold lead is at least on the books right now, and it's going to extend further with how the game is going. Right now the Pantheon is having some good fights. He's getting in there. Pantheon goes in with the ult there, gets on top of the Seraphine, tries to put in some damage, gets her down. Tahm Kench is holding on as much as he can. Echo's going to come in as well as Kayn, and that's not the opportunity you really want to play about. Pantheon gets picked off there completely alone. I don't know why he would TP in there, but jump in there, but that is what it is. Fortune trying to pick up some farm right now to keep her advantage over the Seraphine, even though that advantage has been melting pretty badly with everything that's gone on. Echo now picks up a Mattress. Makes a lot of sense. 4-1 and 4. And I would pick up a Mattress as well, as the situation does show that it's going well here. Miss Fortune trying to do something about that one. Rochelle is up. Diana's being caught in a bad predicament, tries to find a way out. This one does get pulled into the root there. Is of course hit there completely. Ult from the Set. Encore comes out of there as well. Set is dropping pretty low. Miss Fortune does move quite badly there, does survive that one. Knock up onto the Miss Fortune. Miss Fortune goes completely down, melted out completely about that one. And once again, a horribly bad play here. And that causes the red team to lose 4 members of their team. It's going to be Rifthild walking over to the blue team. So lead is growing and growing. We're about almost 7,000 already, so that's going to be a big problem on this board. And there comes the Pantheon, gets on top of the Set. Set comes for the ult there, it doesn't hit. Echo's looking for a wraparound right now. Pantheon holds on as much as he can, takes a lot of damage there. Now the Diana's coming in with his jump there. Not enough there, jumps on top of the Echo still. There's an opportunity. Set is dropping pretty low. That's an opportunity now to play about this one. Tahm Kench coming around. Alistar gets the knock up there, however, Tahm is completely on play there. Alistar gets ulted there by the Kayn. This is not a good situation to go in. Kayn gets the pick up here. Viego tries to find a way out of this one. No opportunity whatsoever. It's gone as well. This Kayn is already 11-0-6, so this is going to be a big hitter. And once again, you see a Kayn in red form, and he goes completely off. And Viego pings my Miss Fortune's ult, so yeah, what are you supposed to do in that fight? Just stand there and just get overrun by them? Yeah, totally, that's how you should be playing. Viego should keep in mind, he's going completely off the rails with his whole build, because he's going completely into damage. Could buy some time for others here. Pantheon's trying to hold on as much as he can. Getting pretty badly beaten up here. There's the try with the ult there. However, there's a lot of survivability there. Root up there, Encore on top of the Miss Fortune. No opportunity to get out of that play. Yeah, and tries to jump in there. Just get a pick up there for 2 right now, but there's still a lot going out of here. Set gets killed by the Diana as well. No, kills the Diana as well, so that's an ace. Therefore, the blue team, and I don't know what imagining right now. The red team, the Miss Fortune is trying to do what she can. The Pantheon is trying to do what she can, and I'm not too sure about that shield bow. I feel like that's a really bad pickup. Pantheon picks up the Black Cleaver, but I don't think that would be the pickup you really want. Axiom Arc already on the Kayn. He's at 3 items, and technically I would say 4 items with how the hubris works out. Pantheon gets on top of the Set, trying to do what he can. The Set goes in with the ult, gets a lot of damage onto Miss Fortune. That was a misplay on the Miss Fortune side. And they do pick up a kill onto the Set. Where that positioning from the Misfortune was atrocious, walked into that W of set and almost completely got annihilated there. Seraphine now picks up the Archangel Staff, which immediately upgrades into the Seraph's Embrace, if I remember correctly, yes. And a Collector on the Misfortune, so if the Misfortune managed to do some damage, that could be a lot of plays going through this one. But for that, the team has to play together with the Misfortune, and Misfortune has to be positioned correctly, otherwise this could become really a mess pretty early on. There is the jump on top of the Diana. Diana is in no man's land, gets taken down by the Kayn. Baron is up. This could get very interesting right now because they could force it. Looks like Kayn wants to force it. It goes coming around as well, so we do have a ward on top of that one as well, so the red team do know what time it is right now. They're taking quite a bit, almost half HP already onto that. When Echo's trying to get into position there. Gets a good stun, however. That's really good play there. Hurdle Break goes through there and immediately blows up the Misfortune, so that's going to be another issue right now. Viego trying to come in there, trying to do something about this one, however, not much to be done about it. And now the bot tier 2 has fallen for the red team as well. We're 29 to 11 right now in favor of this blue team. Echo picks up the Zhonya's after breaking the arm guard for a moment there, so it makes a lot of sense. We were trying to find a way out of this one, but as I said, this Kayn 13, 0, and 10 right now is a big monster. Seraphine's looking pretty good as well, despite her not really, I would say, doing much in the lane. But the game has developed pretty nicely into their hands. Kayn goes for the ult there, gets a knock up as well. Echo's coming around the corner now, gets on top of Pantheon, does survive that one though. However, I don't think Alistar will be as lucky, and he is not. Diana goes into a fight with the set and has no opportunity whatsoever to win this one. Completely annihilated. This is the big issue right now. You see a lot of damage being put onto 30-11 in favor of the blue team. They're almost at 13,000 gold lead right now. Yumo's Ghostblade now on the Kayn as well. Kayn is almost full build already. One item missing for full build, and then he's just going to be bonkers completely. Going to take a while for anybody in the red team to catch up. The Viego's not going to be one of them. Pantheon might. Diana definitely not with her 3, 9, and 1 here. Misfortune had some unfortunate positionings in the last few fights, which cost her dearly there. Those 3 deaths have been misplaced completely there. However, still the least deaths on the team, which is very unfortunate, honestly. Going for some blood there. Not hit, then Pulverized does not hit there from the Alistar. Kench gets a good stack there on top of that one as well. We're seeing how this game is really playing out there. Viego's looking for an opportunity to get into something, but there's not really much you can do if you're on this team. You're going to top of that one, immediately blow up the Diana. Diana's just toast in that case right now. You got to jump out of there, but King goes for the ult there, gets a pick off there. There it goes, the ult, great Pulverized there from that Alistar. That was a great play there, that blew up the Kayn. Tahm Kench goes down as well. Now it's right now Pantheon and Misfortune trying to do what they can, really. They're taking quite a bit of damage here, doing what they can really to play this up, but there's not really much you can do there. Pull in onto top of that one. Set goes for the ult there. Does not kill the Misfortune. Misfortune did badly position there, and both very low. Can't really do much in that fight further here. Have to regen now. So Dominic's Regard immediately picked up by the Misfortune, so that's going to be another item there. Pull in there, that should be a dead Set. Set is doing a lot of damage still there, and Diana does get the kill. Bit of an unfortunate situation. I don't think Diana really needs much gold right now with how she's been playing there. There are better opportunities. For example, the Misfortune giving her gold would be always a nice choice. Pantheon would be great as well, because Pantheon seems like the only other one who's kind of hovering around what you want to really have as your team player here. Everybody else is, I hate to say this word, seems kind of like drooling on the keyboard right now. And you can see that how the blue team are trying to handle this one. They can immediately move into the Drake position, and there's not really much of a challenge here. Pantheon's gonna try to bring themselves into position. Misfortune, you can't really threaten this much, and Pantheon is not recalling, so that's gonna be the soul handed over to this blue team, and their lead is 10,000 gold, still about right now, but was for a bit higher there. Kane goes on top of the Misfortune. Misfortune does back off completely there. And Diana, I don't know what she was playing there, but she just died there. That I'm pretty sure was kind of a grief play. She's 4-11-1. So she is a big part of this game, just not for her own team, I would say right now, because this is really looking really brutal. And now we're looking at what can go about this one completely here. And this Misfortune has to back away here. Echo's looking for a jump here completely. Getting on top of the Viego. Good knock up there from the Alistair, but there's not really much to give in that play right now, and they're looking for the Misfortune right now. Misfortune is trying to find a way to survive this one, because if you have the Pantheon, maybe you can do something if you get a pull in from the Diana and the Pantheon at the stun from the Diana as well. You could maybe turn something around here, but it's not a good position there. There goes the Diana ult. A lot of the bullet time goes through, but unfortunately no pickups here completely here. Kench goes down there. Still a lot of survivability. Misfortune does pick up a kill. It's dropping pretty low there. Does get the pickup onto the set, but Echo is too much there. Right now we're seeing the push coming through. That is the first Nexus turret gone. The second one could follow soon. Knock up from the Alistair, trying to do something about them, but tower shots do take it out. Seraphine is backing away, trying to do as much as he can. But Alistair needs to take care of that one. Nexus turret is now a bit open right now. And right now the Alistair does have to do something to stop the Seraphine. Otherwise this could become pretty much a problem. But he still has a bit of time till somebody comes back. The Seraphine is still trying to throw out as much as he can. And next up is going to be the Baron on the board. And we're 27 minutes and 18 seconds. The Nexus is completely exposed on the red team side, 41-19 in favor of the red team, and about a 10,000 gold lead in favor of this red team right now. Actually, yeah. This is going to be a big part because the red team can't really move around and stop the push because, well, the base is pretty much in shambles. And this is the kind of thing with the Seraphine. She is pretty big in this match, but she's not like a big damage dealer in this case, I would say. But she is doing what she needs to do for the team. She has the CC there. She has the heal. And right now, I would say a bigger part of the problem is that this Diana's not looking good. I'm not too sure about this plated with what their biggest damage is, but there's the bullet time, picks up the Echo there, a lot of damage put in as well there. Misfortune makes a misstep. There's the King going in on top of the Misfortune, trying to hold on as much as he can. King tries to find a way out of this one, gets knocked away, goes down. Encore hits the Misfortune, but still clears out a fight here. The Nexus is, as I said, still exposed, and Panther now comes in with a jump there. Misfortune's clearing out as much as he can as well. And actually, funnily enough, the Misfortune is still ahead of this Seraphine, even with everything going on in this game. But otherwise, it's looking pretty grim, to be honest. Everybody else is pretty far behind. The only one, as I said, ahead is the Misfortune. The Misfortune. So the bot lane didn't really work out the way it was supposed to for the Seraphine, just to handicap the Misfortune as much as you can. Misfortune's still looking good. The problem is just everybody else on the red team have fallen far behind, and that's what the blue team can take advantage of completely here. And the last fight did give Misfortune a chance to go up, and Viego still ignoring everything in terms of security here and going in for this Infinity Edge. If I was the Viego, I would have already gone into something. Misfortune maybe should have gone as well. I think the next item is going to be going into that one and going for, I think it was the guard. Yeah, it should be the Guardian Angel, which will be the next item on Misfortune's bar. Baron is completely going down, so all opportunity is going to be open for that one, but still, it's not looking too good here. Let's look at the objective timers, because I'm like, well, time comes out there, does not get the opportunity, but Kame's Tahm Kench's life is now an opportunity. Echo's not in a good position as well. Gets the Chrono Break, is still CC'd up there, gets put down by the Misfortune. Misfortune is putting a lot of damage into this fight right now. That goes for the ult there, kills off the Diana. Still taking a lot of damage there, gets knocked away. Does kill the Alistar there. Now Viego has killed the Seraphine as well. This is, you know, an interesting situation here. Viego tries to do something about this one, but has no opportunity there. King gets the pick up here. Set trying to find a wraparound here. This is going to be an interesting situation to play about there. Set misses that pull in. Pantheon ults towards the tower there and going for something. Elder Drake is going to be the next objective up in this game. A lot of this play is now going to wrap around this Elder Drake. If there's going to be an opportunity there, Kayn is close by, so they have to pick up now. We see the GA is going to be built here up by the Misfortune. Kayn is looking for an opportunity to find somebody immediately picking them off. Here is going to be the big card right now in this game. Problem is, for the Misfortune and the Pantheon, they can't really move out of the base that much. Still have to try to challenge something, but that goes down there. That's going to be completely it. And easy pickup for the Seraphine. Echoes there as well. No chance to contest this whatsoever for this red team right now. Diana's going to come in there as well, but there's too much already on the board. Diana's very far forward. Echo gets on top of her. She jumps in there. I don't know why you would do that, and that's a dead one. Now Misfortune is going to be chased around quite a bit. Has to be very careful about this one. Alistar's trying to do what he can. Pantheon is now trying to protect the Misfortune as much as you can, really, from this player. Alistar gets in top of there. Viego is coming in there, but Alistar's dropping pretty low already. That goes in with that shot, with that W, takes down Alistar immediately. That's one down. Tahm Kench comes in from the side. Boom, Viego gone as well. Now it's Pantheon and Misfortune versus the world and an Elder buff as well. So it's going to be a big part about that one. TP comes in there. Pantheon gets on top of that and takes a lot of damage already. It's almost immediately blown up there. It goes up. It goes boom. Misfortune falls as well. And GG, I would say. That's the Nexus turret going. And now the Nexus goes as well. GG. The blue team win that one. I lose quite a bit of FP. So, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. And hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.